The best laptop you can buy under $1,000 now. The Acer ZenBook 14UX425 is the best laptop under $1,000. It's a budget PC with great performance, thanks to a cutting-edge CPU, a near premium build quality, and a low power and high quality display that's very hard to find at such a low price. We're not just picking our favorite sub-$1,000 laptops out of thin air, though. We've reviewed hundreds of laptops of all kinds and at all prices, spending thousands of hours doing so. It's a Herculean task for sure, and it has given us great insight into what makes for a good laptop and what holds a laptop back. Why you should buy this. It's the best overall laptop you can buy for less than $1,000. Who's it for? Anyone who needs a brilliant display and strong performance, but doesn't have a huge budget. Why we chose the Asus ZenBook 13 OLED. Let's not mince words. The Asus ZenBook 13 OLED is hands down the best laptop you can buy at under $1,000. Its incredible screen, powerful processor, and long battery life make it appealing on all fronts. Our review notes that it is something that comes very close to being perfect. For one, it's a laptop that sports an OLED screen for just $899. It's a 1080p panel, but the OLED makes HDR content look beautiful, and it provides inky blacks and accurate colors. Plus, the Ryzen 7 5700U is no slouch for photo or video work. The design may be a bit bland, but it's by no means ugly, and the laptop is very thin and light. Plus, the excellent keyboard and trackpad combined with a 15-hour battery life more than make up for the lackluster design. When it comes to affordable laptops, the Acer ZenBook 13 OLED is the one to beat. Read our in-depth Acer ZenBook 13 325 Mauritanian Uguias review. Why you should buy this. It's a powerful gaming laptop that doesn't break the bank. Who's it for? Gamers who don't have a lot of money to spend on a portable gaming machine. Why we chose the HP Victus 16. Just a few years ago, it would have been unthinkable that you could find a laptop under $1,000 with a graphics card powerful enough to run the latest games without turning the detail settings way down. The HP Victus 16 is something of a novelty in that regard. Starting at just $800, it features a fast Intel 11th Gen Core i5-11400H processor, 8 GB of RAM, a 256 GB SSD, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card. But for just $130 more, you can get the RTX 3050 Ti GPU, which is a great entry-level option for today's most popular titles. And you can configure up to an RTX 3060. In addition, for just $20 extra, you can upgrade the 16.1-inch Full HD display to 144 Hz, helping to avoid tearing during heated gaming moments and providing a much smoother experience at high frame rate. That's not the highest resolution for a large display, but it will match up well with the GPU and enable top performance. In our review, we found the Victus 16 to punch above its class in terms of both productivity and gaming performance. At this price range, you simply won't find a better gaming laptop. The HP Victus 16 is without competition when it comes to gaming performance on a budget. If you have more money to spend, then you should head over to our best gaming laptops list. Read our in-depth HP Victus 16 review. Why you should buy this. It offers everything a business user needs without a business class price. Who's it for? Business users who need a fast and functional laptop without needing to take out a loan. Why we chose the Dell Inspiron 15 laptop. These days, an excellent business laptop isn't so different from any other laptop. That's why the updated Inspiron 15 laptop is such a perfect fit. It's simply a great 15.6-inch laptop with ideal specs for all kinds of business purposes. You'll find everything you need for your work, including a fast 11th generation Intel Core i5-11300H processor, HDMI for plugging into televisions and projectors, and a Thunderbolt 4, a USB-C port for charging and extra fast data transfer. Models start at 8 GB of RAM and a speedy 256 GB PCIe NVMe SSD. Graphics are handled by the Intel Iris Xe, although if you're doing more than basic gaming, you'll want a laptop with a more powerful GPU. If you're looking for a laptop that will fit your business needs, though, the Dell Inspiron 15 laptop is an option that will leave some cash left over for additional accessories. Why you should buy this. It's fast and power efficient, and will fit in well in the college environment. Who's it for? Students who want a fast and long-lasting laptop with an awesome keyboard and display, without taking out a student loan. Why we chose the Apple MacBook Air M1. When the M1 MacBooks arrived in November, they completely changed the landscape of the computer industry. Apple's M1 chip is incredibly powerful and power efficient. While you could get more performance from the M1 MacBook Pro, the M1 MacBook Air offers a very similar experience at exactly $1,000. Users also get 8 GB of unified memory and a 256 GB SSD. The M1 MacBook Air looks very similar to the last few iterations of the lineup, but the M1 comes without any fan. That means you get a powerful and completely silent experience. If you want to upgrade your Mac for a reasonable price, the M1 MacBook Air is an absolute bargain at its price point. Read our in-depth Apple M1 MacBook Air M1 review. Why you should buy this. It looks great and is incredibly thin while keeping within our $1,000 budget. Who's it for? Anyone who wants an inexpensive thin and light laptop that looks great and provides good performance. Why we chose the Microsoft Surface Laptop 4. Microsoft's Surface Laptop 3 left a lot to be desired, so the turnaround in just a generation has been fantastic. The Surface Laptop 4 upgrades to 4000 series Ryzen chips, which significantly improve performance. As we note in our review, Ryzen 4000 chips are the most significant jump in performance for AMD's laptop processors ever, making them a compelling alternative to Intel. Buyers also get 8 GB of RAM and a 256 GB SSD, aiding snappy operation and fast boot time. Combine that with the soft and aesthetically pleasing Alcantara fabric and the laptop's thin profile, and you have one of the most functional and appealing laptops under $1,000. Battery life and build quality are excellent too. It's a perfect option for students who want something decently powerful that want a MacBook alternative. Read our in-depth Microsoft Surface Laptop 4 review. Why you should buy this. It provides great CPU-intensive performance at a budget price. Who's it for? Anyone who needs to edit videos and photos, but doesn't have the funds for a more powerful workstation. Why we chose the Ideapad Slim 7. Whether it's photo editing or video editing, finding a laptop under $1,000 that can handle your needs will be tough. At least, it used to be that way before AMD released its fantastic Ryzen 4000 line of CPUs. Now, you benefit from the fastest processor you can buy for under $1,000. Along with reasonably quick graphics. Fast video editing often requires both a fast GPU and higher core count processors, and Lenovo's Ideapad Slim 7 provides a reasonable mix of both thanks to its Ryzen 7 4800U CPU. Meanwhile, both photo editing and video editing require a well-calibrated screen with accurate colors. Unfortunately, the XPS 15, MacBook Pro 15, or Razer Blade that you need are never under $1,000. Right now, the Lenovo Ideapad Slim 7 AMD version is hard to find. The product listing leads to Intel-based models with 10th generation Core i5-1035G4 and i7-1065G7 CPUs. The starting model includes the Core i5 CPU, 8 GB of memory, a 512 GB PCIe SSD, an IR camera, and a fingerprint reader. The $1,000 plus model includes the Core i7 and 16 GB of RAM. Read our in-depth Lenovo Ideapad Slim 7 review. Why you should buy this. It's a great little tablet and laptop replacement that's surprisingly affordable. Who's it for? Anyone who wants a detachable tablet that's well built and has great pen support on the cheap. Why we chose the Microsoft Surface Go 3. Sometimes a typical laptop just doesn't cut it. If you need a reliable stylus or a mobile workstation with a creative side, the Surface Go 3 is your best bet under $1,000. Starting at just $400, the latest Surface Pro features up to a 10th generation Intel Core processor, up to 8 GB of RAM, and up to 128 TB of storage space. For $630, you get a Core i3, 8 GB of RAM, and a 128 GB SSD. The Surface Go 3 is a solid productivity performer, and the touchscreen and Surface Pen, which will run you an extra $100, make this one of the best digital drawing surfaces around. You'll also want a type cover removable keyboard at $100, or $130 for the Alcantara fabric-covered signature version. As a 2-in-1 with excellent handwriting recognition and Windows Ink, The Surface Go 3 is a versatile mobile workstation with features you won't find elsewhere, at least not at this price. For that reason, it's hard to beat if you're looking for something ultra-mobile and stylus-friendly. Read our in-depth Surface Go 3 review. Why you should buy this. It's a large-screen laptop that doesn't require a large investment. Who's it for? Anyone needs a larger display for multitasking. Why we chose the Acer Aspire 5A517. Acer has turned its Aspire series into a compelling budget option for many users. The Aspire lineup consistently strikes a balance between price and performance, and the Aspire 5A517 is an excellent option for those looking for an affordable 17-inch laptop. The Acer Aspire A517 comes with a powerful Intel Core i7-1165G7 and 16 GB of RAM, making the Aspire a competent machine for photo and video editing. It also has robust ports including an Ethernet jack, HDMI, 3 USB-A, and a USB-C port. Combine that with its roomy 17.3-inch 1920 x 1080 display, and you're getting a lot for an affordable price. Why you should buy this. It's the best Chromebook you can buy at any price. Who's it for? Anyone who wants a Chromebook with a great display, keyboard, and performance. Why we chose the Google Pixelbook Go. Chromebooks are excellent budget options, particularly for students. However, that doesn't mean there aren't some fantastic options in the mid-range for Chromebook. Google's own Pixelbook Go is not only great by Chromebook standards, but it's also an excellent laptop in its own right. The typing experience and trackpad, in particular, are exceptional and easily go head-to-head with Apple's lineup. Chrome OS has also developed significantly in the past few years, primarily since it now supports Android apps. That makes the Pixelbook Go a functioning Android-like laptop instead of a glorified Chrome browser. If you're looking for a Chromebook either as a student or for travel, the Pixelbook Go is the best you can get right now, and it is well under $1,000. Read our in-depth Google Pixelbook Go review. Of course, as we said in the introduction, you'll want to be careful when buying a budget laptop to be sure that the manufacturer hasn't cut a corner that you care about. But frankly, the same is true for premium laptops. You can spend over $2,000 and get a laptop that won't meet your needs if you don't carefully identify what's important to you. In the world of cars, the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla have been two of the best-selling cars for some time now, and for good reason. They are affordable, safe, provide decent performance, and won't break the bank when it comes to maintenance. If you're looking for basic transportation, then you can't go wrong with either of these options. The same principle applies to budget laptop. You won't get a new Ferrari at a new Honda Civic price, but if what you need is good performance and reliability at an affordable price, then our list proves that you can get quite a bit of computer for well under $1,000. The choice depends on what kinds of tasks are important to you. We suggest that you check out our Windows, Mac OS, and Chrome OS Buyer's Guide, which goes over the differences between each operating system and some of the advantages and disadvantages of each. Chances are, if you're looking for a laptop that's less than $1,000, then you won't be looking at a Mac unless you're willing to buy the base MacBook Air model. That leaves a choice between Windows and Chrome OS, which is primarily a question of what software you need to run. If you want the widest selection of software across most categories, then Windows will be your best bet. If you just need to browse the web, run simple productivity apps, and can get away with Android equivalents, then Chrome OS could work. There are more choices now than ever. You can stick with Intel and get Tiger Lake 11th generation Core i7 CPUs in laptops that are under our $1,000 threshold. On the flip side, AMD now has a very competitive platform in its Ryzen 5000 series CPUs. If you want to go well under $1,000, you can get a very fast Ryzen chip or an Intel Core i5, both of which are highly capable processors that will churn through most productivity tasks without hesitation. But the AMD Ryzen will be much faster overall. You can also enjoy good battery life with any of these CPUs. If you buy a Chromebook, then you can get away with a slower processor, such as an Intel Core i3 or Pentium processor. And chances are, you won't find many laptops with Core i7 processors in this price range. That leaves the Core i5 and AMD Ryzen 5 as the most logical and available processor choices for budget laptop. The sweet spot for memory, for any laptop, really, not just budget machines, is 8 GB. We answer the question of how much RAM do I need in more detail in our buyer's guide, but whether you're running Windows, Mac OS, or even the more lightweight Chrome OS, 8 GB will provide you with plenty of headroom for multitasking and more complex applications. If you want to do some gaming or video editing in your off hours, though, 16 GB wouldn't hurt. Many budget laptops include integrated graphics, traditionally some variation of Intel's UHD graphics technology built into its core CPU. This means that even the most basic laptop can run older games, though feel below res, while still managing your other daily tasks. However, if you're willing to consider AMD, you'll get improved performance over Intel's integrated option. We've included budget laptops with acceptable graphics on our list. These will provide a much better gaming and content creation experience than Intel's integrated graphics can manage. If you're willing to settle for 1080p and lower graphical details, you can get some real gaming done with a few of them. If your budget is less than $1,000, you probably won't be able to buy a laptop with a 4K display. It's worth noting that it was challenging to locate full HD displays under this price until recently. Your average laptop on a budget won't have the battery strength it needs to support a 4K display. The display would drain your battery immediately, so you'd have to be always charging it, which defeats the purpose of having a laptop. If you don't want to fork over the money now, wait for a little while. 4K and batteries adequately supporting this resolution will become the baseline specs seen with today's full HD-based laptop.